After this, I've been seeing how prot warriors are doing, and it makes me really want to play my warrior and switch him to prot. I mean, it looks fun. It does. Like, are you enjoying it?
Oh, it's absolutely freaking awesome, man. I am just doing Thunderclap and Demo Shout over and over. I don't even have Shockwave yet. I am missing an AoE.
Really?
And I got like insane AoE threat anyway. And I am tankier than almost everybody else on AoE, particularly, except maybe Shamans, because screw Shamans, I hate them. It's just awesome. And like, I feel really bad for the DPS warriors because they got shafted really hard this phase. But I cannot complain on the Prot Warrior. They are just perfect.
Yeah. It looks awesome. And like my main reason for switching to Rogue from Warrior was that I main DPS, right? And Rogue to me was going to be the closest thing to getting that Fury Warrior feeling, just pumping the meters. And I was like, all right, you know what? I'll play my Rogue for DPS and I'll play Prot Warrior. I never, ever played Prot Warrior in Classic at all. I did a bunch of Fury tanking in BWL back in 2019, but I never actually got to play Prot, so I think when I level my warrior, I'm going Prot, and I'm gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, I was like really upset in phase 2 when they were like kind of teasing, and phase 3 too, when they were kind of teasing that like Prot was gonna be the way to go, and it wasn't. And like, I guess that's the parse factor too, because like I've been talking about this for quite a while, because like the warrior community despises my videos, and like granted, like they disagree with a lot of stuff, and like I see that coming, but like I think a huge part of it is that a lot of warrior tanks would rather get a 99 parse than hold aggro. Like the builds they are going for, they are like damage and they lose like 50% of the threat for damage. That's just the classic we live in now.
Yep, exactly. But it's like, hey, you know what? I'm glad to see Prot Warrior shine, because I thought the entire Warrior class was shafted for a while there, but it's at least they have one solid spec that's good and fun. And you know what? Even DPS Warriors, we know they're gonna eventually pop off. Like, let's be real. It's inevitable. It'll happen.
What is like a class you think is gonna pop off real hard this phase?
Personally, I think it's going to be, if I had to pick my top 3 classes that I think are going to be pumping the meters in Molten Core, I think it's going to be Rogues, I think it's going to be Warriors, and then I'm between Hunter and Mage. But I don't know how it's going to work in Molten Core with mages. Like, we don't know. I don't know what the fire resist situation is.
If that happens, it's going to be so stupid, man. I'm going to be so mad. I don't even play a mage. Okay, see, a mage just know at me, died instantly.
Yeah. And I have seen that Affliction Warlocks are pulling ahead of Destruction.
Oh, they popping off now, yeah.
Yeah, I was, like I said, I was away, so I was kind of out of the loop for a while. How is that possible? I did not see that coming at all from the PTR.
You know, I had a dream about it. I had a dream about it the other day, where because like every freaking tier list, everything I do, I've been saying that fire was gonna be the best, and like the numbers were so far going with me, and like like I had a dream that I was like on my computer, and the Affliction Warlock was doing like a quadrillion damage, and everybody hated me, and it's gonna happen for real now. It was my brain telling me the future.
Yeah, I you know what? I'm happy to see it. I think Affliction Lock should have its moment in the spotlight. I think
absolutely
it's so much more fun than Destruction.
A lot more complex too, which like
I get very skill based.
For Classic, it's not like the same, but like Warlock traditionally has been like a very complex class to play ever since TBC, and I really like bringing that identity back. Like the Rato Lich King, the Cataclysm Affliction Warlock is like playing a computer while you're breakdicing in space.
Yeah, that's what I mained in Wrath, and I did really well on it. I mained it for every single phase, dude. Was so much fun. The most rewarding class I think I've ever played was Affliction Warlock in Wrath of the Lich King. I loved it more than anything. It's actually, I'm a melee Andy, and that I started that Warlock in TBC Classic, and that's what made me like fall in love with Warlock. Like, it's like the only caster that I'll play.
Yeah. And, you know, like, you can never play it perfectly. That's the appeal of the Warlock for me back in the day. Not anymore because I'm bad. But, like, there's always, like, something. Because it punishes movement so hard, the Affliction Warlock, that, like, there's always, like, one global you can shed out to your rotation when you're, like, playing a little better. And, like, that keeps you going. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. I am happy that it's coming back. Despite the fact that people are going to hate me.
Do you have any plans to play any other class besides Warrior?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna play a Bear next. That's always what I do every phase. Like, Back in phase 2, when you could have like 20 ults rolling in Nomer, I had like 5 classes. But right now, I'm just doing bear and warrior. And like my policy is like, I go warrior first, and if I don't like the warrior, which not the case right now, doing awesome. And if I don't like how the warrior is doing, I'm gonna go bear, and that's pretty much it. I always had like that backup. The bear is also doing excellent, by the way. I think the bear is gonna be very, very strong, a lot stronger even than the warrior.
Really? You think it's going to be stronger than warrior?
Oh, there's no way. Like with sulfuras and weapon damage scaling on lacerate, there is no freaking way they don't do more damage than a warrior. Like the prot warrior is all threat modifiers. We don't have a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I think that's the best way to fix it, because anything else is going to break it, and then we're going to get nerfed to the ground again. So like it's not like we're going to win if that happens. So I'm happy that they found a compromise for it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. What is actually, this is a good question for you. I don't know if you know. I'm very, very out of the loop on this, but like where do like healers stand? What is the best healer right now?
Off the bat, I noticed that Priest is a steaming pile of crap right now. They got something really bad with mana now. They have a lot of mana issues that they didn't have before.
Yeah. Druids, I notice, they can go for days.
Oh, yeah.
When I have a druid in my lower Blackrock group, oh my god, we don't need to stop ever for mana. Never. Priest, you stop every single pull, and they go halfway through the pull.
And the worst part is I had a priest that like little did he know, living to the best of his ability. He was like, man, Renew is so busted. Look at what I'm healing. And I'm like, yeah, with a druid I will be all the way in Wirptalak already. We're like in the first 3 pulls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Poor little guy. I didn't want to tell him. I didn't want to ruin it for him,
Yeah. Yeah. But so far, there's some cool stuff. I like that there's a lot of avenues for gear. They give us a lot of different ways to get gear. You got your Firelands Embers from the daily quest, if you can get them done. I mean, basically that's Horde based. Yeah, you can only do it if you're Horde. You can get that gear. Horde exclusive gear, the Firelands Embers gear. You got the new dungeon, which I haven't got to do yet. I'm probably going to do it tonight. I just finished my attunement, so we'll be trying that out. You have like all the updated gear. I don't know. There's a lot to do. A lot of pieces of gear to get. The currency. I like the Undermine Real currency. I think it was an awesome idea.
Yeah, I mean, like, especially because if you look at the items, they are replacing what was the Wild Offering from Phase 3. Like, most of the items are just a slightly better version of those items, like the ring, for example. And I think that's great, because how are you going to get a Maraudon group going now that everybody's 60? So, like, being able to catch up with those people, I think it worked out pretty good. That's probably the first catch-up mechanic that I look at, and I think that's not stupid so far.
Yeah, it'll keep people in the dungeons, right? I mean, you could even do it to farm a little bit of gold, buying a little,
especially the cooldown
trade goods.
That's
whatever.
Genius, because you gotta do every dungeon every day instead of doing the same boss over and over and over.
Yeah, thinking back, if that's what they were trying to do with Wild Offerings last phase, they probably should have did the same thing. Yeah.
Yep, that was like the biggest video I did in Phase 3. I think like where I like made like a skip run where like you go over the walls of Sulfurak and you get like a Wild Offering every like 3 minutes, 4 minutes on a raid of 10.
Yeah,
they never nerfed it.
Crazy. They never did?
They never nerfed it. You could still do it. Like with a raid of 10 people, just go over the walls and go to the boss instantly every single time. It was disgusting.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, so I guess this was their fix for that. I think it's a good one.
Yeah.
It'll keep people in the dungeons for a long time. It'll, anyone who's just hitting 60 maybe, this week or next week or whatever, however long it takes people, there'll be people doing the dungeons because of that. So it'll still feel very alive, at least for, I would imagine, the entire first portion of this phase, right? I was taking a look at my pre-bis list before we got on this show. And here's one thing that I'm a little bit confused about, right? There is a lot of kind of confusion in terms of like what is actually your pre-bis, because I come from playing Warrior where our sims like work and stuff, and I can't find like actual accurate working sims for Rogue. I don't know if you know of any, but like I literally can't get any sims that are like accurate for Rogue, or anyone in chat possibly know, because there's so many options, right? Obviously you want to go for like your 4-piece Dark Mantle, and then I'm seeing that Storm Shroud is good, and I don't know. Here's the problem with me with gold. I am not a good gold farmer, so I don't have much gold. I think I have 950 gold, and I'm debating on spending that on my epic mount when I hit 60 because I'm like, there's part of me that feels like within the next 7 days or 14 days, they're going to nerf the price of the epic mount
Yes.
just like they did. Yeah, I'm not buying
Again,
it.
trade me not to do get
I'm going to
things
wait.
early. Same with
Yes.
alts. I always wait until like, because like they trade us every phase. That if you don't level your alt, 2 weeks later they buff the XP to hell. So why would you level an alt early? I'm not gonna do it.
No, there's no point. There's no point.
No
like,
point.
Yeah, epic mounts. Everyone should hold off for a little bit. Because it's still the normal price, right? But yeah, did they release any information while I was gone, or that maybe I missed about the fire resist situation for Molten Core? Like, do we know if fire mages are going to be able to pop off in there, or destruction locks, or like? I feel like I haven't seen that anywhere.
They are keeping tight shot on it, but I don't think they are gonna let the fire thing go. Like, you remember how like people were so mad at Nomeregan where they did like a 25% reduction on bleeding and like people couldn't take it, including me because I played a bear and I wasn't allowed to play my class.
I don't think it should be a thing. If anyone from Blizzard is watching this, it definitely should not. It would be bad design. It would not be fun for half the population.
Having people get fire resistance, I love it. I think it's great. I think it's a good system. It gets more grind in the game. It gets like more stuff to do. Having the bosses resist fire for no reason, and people tell me, oh, well, he's made out of fire. Yeah, he's made out of fire. Have you tried to cut fire? Why is he taking sword damage? Why is he taking bleed damage? He has fire, not blood. Dumbass.
Yeah.
It's a video game.
Yeah, exactly. Just keep it fun. As long as the gameplay's fun, that's what matters, right? Everyone's here to have a good time. Everyone's here to have fun. So let's just keep it fun. Yeah, phase 3 was rough. I honestly have I have really high hopes for phase 4 just because the way that I look at it, right, is this content at the end of well, I guess really a lot of people, it's the start of WoW is level 60
it's
back
my
in
favorite
Classic,
part.
right?
60 previous, by far the best part of vanilla. No question about it.
Same. I say the same thing. I love running the dungeon, Skolo, Strat, Upper Blackrock. Yep. Upper Blackrock, Dire Maul, I even love. A lot of people don't like Dire Maul, but I love it. It's iconic to me. And I think that the amount of dungeons and content and raids that we will have, especially if they find a way to keep like previous raid tier gear relevant, right? Like in original Classic.
Oh, okay.
Like
Here come the skeletons. Sorry for cutting you off.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm gonna show the stream for a second here. I was AFK here for like 20 minutes. The layer was empty. Now look at all the Alliance skeletons that are littering the place. Look at that pavement of skeletons. I don't know if you can see this.
What was I saying? I forget what I was saying.
Oh, Dire Maul being iconic, yeah.
Oh yeah. Dire Maul being iconic, the raids. Like if they keep it in a way like, you know, in regular Classic, even 2019 Classic, you're in BWL, you're in AQ or whatever, there's still something you want out of Molten Core or like a previous raid. If they find a way to keep it like that, there's just infinite content at level 60, and I think that is the biggest selling point for Phase 4.
That's the way to go.
Now we don't really know how long this is going to last for, right? I don't know if their plan was to have Season of Discovery be like a 1-year seasonal server, because if that's the case, we only have a few months left, but who knows?
I think they said 18 months, which is kind of long.
So it is, yeah. So that would put us at what, like next, like April or May. And then, of course, naturally, they're going to announce, TBC Season of Discovery or Classic
please,
Plus or whatever's coming. Thanks.
I miss TBC so much, Hammer.
TBC is my favorite expansion. Always has been.
By far.
I would even play just a regular TBC, not Season of Discovery, to be honest. I love Burning Crusade, so...
Same reason too. The previous in TBC is like the same high you get in the level 60 previous. Like the dungeons are kind of hard, but not like impossible hard. Like there's like a bunch of stuff going on that you gotta do every day. There's always something productive to do. It doesn't feel that way in like Cataclysm. After like a week or two of playing, you're done. You know?
Yeah, you're like, all right, I'm good. I'm raid logging now.
Yep. When I was out for a minute, I was trying to tell you about the Alchemy thing. Basically, Flasco Titans and Flasco Strength something. You know, like 2 of the most expensive recipes in vanilla. Back in 2019, I don't know the prices now because I don't do Alchemy anymore. But back then it was like 2,000 gold before the inflation was insane. Okay, this is phase 1 of Classic. 2,000 gold, 1,500 gold for Flasco Titans. And you can get it for, I think, 100 reals now. So that's, 4 or 5 days of grinding and you get it? Yeah. That's going to crash the price.
Not bad. Yeah. And I think if you if you do a full world tour at 60, right? If you do a full world tour of all the dungeons, you can get up to, I think it's like 88 or 87
66.
currency a day. 66. Okay.
I took a look at it because
Is that including BRD too?
Yeah, that's the problem. Half the BRD bosses for some reason do not drop it. It should have been 80 something, but it's not.
Yeah. So yeah, 60 something. That's pretty good. I mean, I don't know if people are actually doing full world tours. I would probably do like Skolo, Strat, Dire Mall, Ubers, maybe even lower BlackRock. I did so much BRD. I grinded from 50 to 56 in
Oof.
BRD alone, just trying to get my Hodge.
Oh,
and then I
you
finally got it and said yes. And then I was like, you know what? I am never coming back to BRD again.
Screw
I was like,
you
I'm
guys.
gonna do it while I'm getting XP. Yeah, I was like, I might as well do it while I'm getting XP, right? So I stayed there. It took me 6 levels until I got my Hodge. I lost my first 3 rolls, and then I won the 4th drop that I saw.
That's super cool. Like basically ever since I hit level 54, I've been living in LVRS, which is probably the worst dungeon to spam. But I figured I won the Uber ski and it's gonna take me like a week of gameplay, and I might as well get it now that I am getting XP for it because the loot in there is useless.
I found it pretty decent for XP, to be honest. I went from 56
terrible.
to 58.
It's like 90k an hour.
In there was good.
Which is definitely not great. But it's pretty workable, you know. It's
not terrible.
Way faster than normal vanilla, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, big time. But I like lowers. I don't know. It's like, again, like these dungeons to me are all iconic. I've been doing this for like, I don't know, 20 years now, maybe. Like I love running all these end game dungeons. I haven't been to Dire Mall yet though, but I do have to go there for my distracting dagger. So I'll be trying to farm that next, probably tonight.
I've been having a hard time. Distracting dagger super important, so you can get the 7 ability cap, right? 7 skill cap.
Yeah. It's huge.
Speaking of daggers, did you see the new reputation that came out yesterday? The Timbermo reputation. They updated the items.
I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Yeah, like basically, no, there's no dagger. There's an item, okay? They put a leather gloves that give you 3 weapon damage, not 3 DPS, not 3 weapon skill, 3 weapon damage. I thought that was really cool because that's obviously a fast weapon item, you know, like you get damage on your swing.
Yeah, studded Timbermaw brawlers. I'm looking at it right now. 20 strength, 10 agility, 14 stamina, and 3 weapon damage. That is enormous.
Yeah, especially because the Devil Sword set is absolutely useless now because we're going over the hit cap already, you know?
Yep.
So we got a really good replacement for the Rogue Strider. Like, hell, even after Druid, as a cat, I think it's going to be best in slot. And it's super easy to get too. It costs you like 2 rugged hides cured. So it's like, I don't know, 100 gold per item. Plus like 30 necklaces that the bears drop. So that's just a quick grind. I love the item. Like I always said, like the Timbermore reputation is empty. They gotta put something on it, and they did. And they put some really good stuff in there. No plate. Yep. Very sad about that. Very disappointed in you guys.
Yeah. Those gloves are locked behind Exalted, I'm assuming, right?
No. Okay, listen this.
No.
You need Exalted or Revealed for the pattern, but you can have somebody else make you the item, and you can trade it in as soon as you're friendly. Because you trade the blue item, the old blue item from Vanilla, and you upgrade it with the thing. You can do it at friendly as long as somebody makes you the item.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I like that aspect of it.
Only problem is that a couple of the items require leatherworking to use. But like if you're a leatherworker, you don't have to farm the reputation. Just pay somebody else to make it for you. And that's it.
I wonder why they decided not to add plate. I don't understand that. There's cloth, mail, and leather. Why did they not add plate?
I mean, the Valor set is so busted, I'm happy to have it anyway. But yeah, it's really weird. You know, they didn't put the full bulk item. You Alliance people got it so easy you don't even know it. You can turn it into a full bulk whenever you want. You know, like...
And a Goblin now. And we have Goblin now. Which is really awesome.
2 factions, right?
Yeah, you guys have it too. But pretty cool to see that. And you could use it in combat, which is really nice.
People in the Horde, for some reason, hate Horde races, like people that play Tauren or play Troll. They really don't want to look at the character and they're on the TV at the light all day, like just playing a pirate or something. I am disgusted at their weakness, you know? Like, I play the same Tauren every character, even when I don't have to. Like, my Warrior is a Tauren, my Shaman is a Tauren, my Druid is a Tauren, my Paladin in Cataclysm is a Tauren. The same guy. It's like he changes clothes when I change the class. It's just the same guy, just...
I'm usually the same way with human, to be honest, and everyone makes fun of me for it. They're like, oh, we're playing this game. And
boring.
Like, you are a human in real life. Yeah. But I don't know. I just like it. I like the way they look and all the gear. And and stuff. But
it's doing good for my self-image. But yeah, like the Horde is gonna use the Goblin one all the time because Horde actually likes Goblins and like they hate the races they play, so people are gonna skip the rest slots just to get it, I bet you. Subscribe to the main channel to catch the stream live. Also, join the Discord, don't be a Winnie Hat Jr.